All right, go.
I'm rocking with Don Kilam.
Let's go.
Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love. You're now rocking to the sounds and vibrations of your boy, Don Kalam, also known as Malik Kalam. As always, prosperity is your divine birthright. You know, we got a few penthouses around the way, living that motherfucking private life. Showing y'all what the fuck it is. You hear me? All day, every day. That's how we motherfucking living. Penthouse suites. Well, peace and love. Yes, peace and love. We got a little Airbnb business going. It's going great. But peace and love. We're going over GSA bonds today. I'm not a licensed attorney tax expert. I do this for educational and informational purposes only. And sometimes it can be quite entertaining. I'm doing this. I had a few students, and they're just not understanding everything that's going on. All right. Well, peace and love, peace and love. I'm gonna drop the game. If you want to get access to this, you can go to this online school, my online private school at skool.com/Don Kalam. That's DONKILAM. School.com/Don Kalam. Let me know where you tapped in and tuned in at. I'm if you go to the classroom, I'm gonna show everybody that's actually gonna be in my classroom. You just go to the community and look at the tabs classroom, and it says masters and bonds, from GSA bonds to court affidavits. I have a book that will be released within the next week that will be uploaded to the templates as well, the ebook. But we do have the finished templates, and I have the individual templates for everybody as well. Individual templates, so you can go in there and deal with them yourself. But we're going over the templates today. So you just go to the classroom, go to the masters and bonds, court cases, court case affirmations. Court case affidavits. Let's say affirmations. Court case I don't even know what it's called because court case affidavits in GSA bonds. Court case affidavits in GSA bonds. This book will be released on Amazon as well. You can get it in the school for $125. All right. Comes with the templates and everything that we're going to be going over today. You see that? I've actually just sent these 4 cases off, okay? And I'm going over this for them so they can get a better understanding. Sometimes we have spelling errors and things like that. None of that matters. As long as you got the court case numbers on there, the names are similar, none of that matters. They will update and correct the record. All right? Well, I want to get started on just how we get here. We're gonna start from the beginning. It's a admiralty and maritime jurisdiction, contract jurisdiction. Are you lost at sea? Are you lost at sea? The Cesti Que Vie Act is served the purpose in subrogating the rights of men and women. In essence, it declared all individuals to be dead, categorized and labeled as lost at sea or beyond the sea. Everybody's dead, operating under admiralty and maritime law. Admiralty law, which governs maritime affairs, the concept of being declared lost at sea set the stage for a new legal concept with profound implications. So this was enacted in London in 1666, and even before then. But we're going to talk about London and how it affects us today. And what it's doing is assuming custody of everyone and their property. Yes, you are in custody. You are considered property. When you go to jail, it's called in custody. Property, your property. And everyone in the property establishing itself as the trustee, or as it were, the husband, holding the titles to both people and their possessions. Cesti Que Vie Trust. This arrangement persisted until a living individual could emerge to reclaim those titles and, if warranted, seek damages. The reclamation process is outlined under the UCC-1, the Personal Property Securities Act. So one crucial aspect of understanding this paradigm is involved the use of capital letters and names. When names are presented in capital letters, this indicates a legal entity, fiction, company, or corporation. There is no exception to this rule. Whether it's on your passport, your driver's license, marriage certificates, birth certificates. This is all a legal entity detached from the living individual. You got your natural person and you got your legal person. In legis, represented solely by a name inscribed on a piece of paper. This is why you need representation. You're representing the corporation is being represented. Your name is considered a sole proprietorship. I'm gonna get into that. But I want to talk about the Cesti Que Vie Act and the Cesti Que Vie Trust and how this segregates your rights, okay? We're going to get to this. There's 3 different trusts in the world. Strike that from the record. The Pope established 3 different trusts. The first trust of the world is called Unum Sanctum. That's the papal bull issued in 1302 by Pope Boniface VIII, by the Roman Catholic Church. It asserted its global authority, claimed to everybody in the world. All right. The Triple Crown of Baal, yes, Baal. The first crown of Crown Land. The third crown of the Ecclesiastical See. These is all trusts that was established under the Cesti Que Vie Act and Cesti Que Vie Trust. So this is 1302. This is before London did it. All right. It happened in it was going down at the Vatican. And London just followed suit. So now that we have a little better understanding, Cesti Que Vie Act, it started in Rome. And then they did the same thing in England, all right? People got to understand that under the Social Security Trust, and I'm going to prove that it's a trust, the Cesti Que Vie stands for 666. The beneficiary of a trust or an insurance policy. You can only be the beneficiary of this Social Security Trust. You can only be the beneficiary. So when you think of beneficiary, think of taxes. When you think of beneficiary, think of taxes. Okay? Cesti Que Vie refers to an individual whose lifetime determines how long a trust or estate endures. Cesti Que Vie is a French term that in English translates to he who lives. It means that the duration of a gift, trust, estate, or insurance contract lasts as long as a particular person, such as the giver of the gift or beneficiary of the estate, lives. So you can only be the beneficiary of this trust. And this trust that we're talking about is the Social Security Trust. It's a real trust. The Social Security Trust Fund owns a significant portion of the United States national debt. So you can only be the beneficiary from this trust to offset debt when you're coming into the public. The trustees benefit, truthfully. You want to be a trustee, and the government is a trustee on this trust. Debt held by the public, $24.5 trillion. And this is why the debt is handed off to you. You can never be the trustee. The government is set up to be the trustee of the Social Security Trust. They get to deal with the U.S. Treasury securities. Until you learn how to create your own government. We're not going to get in that today. But the Social Security Trust Fund includes the Federal Old Age and Survivors Insurance and Federal Disability Insurance Trust Funds. It's all public debt. And under the bankruptcy, they have made your name a SPV, a special purpose vehicle. A special purpose vehicle is a subsidiary created by a parent company. The parent company is going to be the United States. A parent company is a company that has a controlling interest in another company given its control of its operations. A parent company is a company that has a controlling interest in another company given its control of its operation. So the parent company can control the children. Children is property of a corporation. So the parent company controls your name because you haven't updated your political status to step away from this. And the benefits include jail time. To be a beneficiary of this trust includes jail time. This is why you keep going to jail, because you're the beneficiary of this Social Security trust. You keep saying you want to authenticate this birth certificate. You keep claiming you want to claim this Social Security number. That's not how the fuck we maneuver. Excuse the language. That's not how we maneuver. The beneficiary, listen, so let's just do it. If you know trust law, especially this is a public trust. Beneficiaries.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Peace and love, it's your boy Don Kilam, and welcome to Dream Keepers Radio, that private life podcast. You're here, tuned in with your boy, and this is brought to you by Follow the Yellow Brick Road by Don Kilam. Search the book on Amazon now. Go get the book and uncover the matrix and how the United States is operating in the financial marketplace. Much peace and love. I just want y'all to know the trustees have power in a private trust. So during the term of the trust, the trustee has the power to perform without court authorization. Every act with a prudent person dealing with the property of another will perform for the purposes of the trust. So that's powers of a trustee. In the public, with a public trust, beneficiaries have no power. The beneficiaries get taxed. Beneficiaries of a trust simply pay taxes on distributions they receive from the trust. However, they are not subject to taxes on distributions from the trust principal. You got to understand trustee training. I want you to know trustees hold the power in the trust. Trustees hold the power in the trust. So you think the government has ever established anything for the benefit of humanity? The Constitution is truly an express trust, but a lot of people don't want to talk about that. That's for the people. The statutes, the code of statutes, the Social Security trust, that's for the person. There's a difference between people and person. A natural person is not under a Cesti Que Vie trust. All right? So, a special purpose vehicle is a subsidiary created by a parent company to isolate financial risks. It's also called a special purpose entity. Its legal status as a separate company makes its obligations secure, even if the parent company goes bankrupt. That's the key word right there. A special purpose vehicle is sometimes referred to as a bankruptcy remote entity for this purpose. So, they have established your name as a sole proprietorship, as a special purpose vehicle, as the United States as its parent company. They have pledged you for collateral. They have pledged your labor for collateral. This is how they've done it. I'm breaking it down now. And when you agree to these things, when you fill out applications, when you continue to use this Social Security number, you agree to these things, all right? You're applying. You're applying the trust. Register. Anytime you register anything, Regis means king. You just gave it to the crown. Amalgamation is the combination of two or more companies into an entirely new company. Amalgamations are distinct from acquisitions in that none of the companies involved in the combination survive as legal entities. So anything we did in the past, we can dissolve and create something new for you. Amalgamation. Instead, a completely new entity with the combined assets and liabilities of the former companies is born. The term amalgamation, as falling out of popular use in the United States, has been replaced with such terms as merger and consolidation, with which it can be synonymous. Amalgamation is the word. It merges their assets and liabilities. Everything has been merged onto the social. When you use the Social Security number, you cannot hand this down to your future generations. The social dies with you. The social is a public trust created by Congress, Social Security Act, so it's there to benefit the government. Why would the government create anything to benefit you? It's for public welfare. When you become a citizen, a United States citizen, not a national, United States citizen, you become a United States business. The term United States business, under 15 U.S.C. 4724E1, the term United States business means a United States citizen, a corporation, partnership, or other association created under the laws of the United States. The United States is a federal corporation. That's their law, not mine. Being a person is a corporation. They have turned you into a corporation. Anytime you say you're a person, this turns you into a corporation. Amalgamation, special purpose vehicles. Drop a 100 or fire emoji if it's all making sense so far. When you've done the amalgamation, this is considered alter ego too. So I tell people to make their names an LLC. I show people how to create the family businesses. Okay, got a lot of 100s, got a lot of fire emojis. I appreciate it. But if you're not operating correctly, you're not having it established correctly, having that asset protection, charging order protection states. I'm using keywords. There's 5 charging order protection states: Nevada, Delaware, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Alaska. Wyoming, Nevada, South Dakota, Delaware, Alaska. 5 charging order protection states. That's what my holding company is. All right. That would be the single member of my name as a business. So my name would be the operating company. And if you don't do this correctly, there's something called the alter ego doctrine. An alter ego is a legal doctrine whereby the court finds that a corporation lacks a separate identity from the individual corporate shareholder. So they're not separate identities. They're all one. You'll be charged as a sole proprietor. You come into the game as a sole proprietor. A sole proprietorship, also known as sole tradership, individual entrepreneurship, or proprietorship, is a type of enterprise owned and run by only one person in which there is no legal distinction between the owner and the business entity. You will be charged as such, a non-registered, unincorporated business. Understand, everything you do is being securitized. Securitization is illegal. Securitization is where they pull together the debt portfolios, your notes. They put them together and create securities. Instruments provide investors with income from interest and principal. They're pulling together assets to repackage them into interest-bearing securities. You can only do this from stocks and bonds. When you go to court, they give you a warrant. A stock warrant is an agreement between 2 parties that give one party the right to buy the other party's stock at a set price. Hey, 5 years in jail or such and such fine. You can have this stock. They give you the stock. You can issue a warrant for common stock or preferred stocks. You can issue a warrant for common stocks or preferred stocks. While common stock is generally used for founders and employees, preferred stock is typically reserved for investors. This is preferred stock we're talking about. Preferred stockholders are usually the first to get paid out at a liquidity event. Occurs and liquidation purposes come into play. Preferred stock. This is what's going on behind the scenes. In real estate, mortgage-backed securities are being created too. When you understand the true definition of bank, let me make sure y'all can hear this.
We'll be back after a quick break.
In a world where borders can limit opportunities, one book dares to challenge the norm and empower foreign nationals like never before. Introducing Can't Touch This, Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by best-selling author Don Kilam. Did you know there is a difference being a citizen and national? This is for foreign nationals seeking to expand their horizons. Do you dream of obtaining a diplomatic passport and the freedom it brings? Don Kilam reveals the secrets to unlocking diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Discover why you are already a foreign national, learn the steps to obtain a diplomatic passport, and explore how you can be recognized by numerous nations on your diplomatic journey. Most never knew they could have diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. This book is a game changer for anyone seeking freedom and recognition on the international stage. Get your copy of Can't Touch This today and embark on a journey towards diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Order your copy now and unlock the power of diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. Can't Touch This. Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by Don Kilam. Available now at leading bookstores and online. Get your copy today.
Bank, 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 bank,
BANC.
bank,
The seat on which a judge sits in court. This is why every
bank,
has a clerk. Every bank has a clerk. Every bank has a court clerk. Clerks are CPAs, certified public accountants. Know that. And they're dealing with the business, the sole prop, the assets, the United States citizens, which is the United States business. They can only deal with the public. They can only deal with the public. And unless you bring a private matter to the public, to these public servants. Public sector definition. The part of the economy that is controlled by the government. The part of the economy that is controlled by the government.
bank, 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 bank,
Hold on. Let me show you. It gets deeper. Banks are owned and controlled by the government. Public banks are owned and operated by the government, while credit unions are private entities. Trusts are private entities. Just showing y'all, public banks are owned and operated by governments. Got to have private banking here. You know? You dig?
bank, 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 bank,
Let's get that.
bank,
Huh?
bank,
Huh?
bank, bank,
In
bank,
In bank, motherfucker. What is a holding company? The United States is a holding company. You got to understand equitable title. When we're doing, so like, put it like this: if you don't pay your taxes, the government can go get your car. If you don't pay the car note, they come get it. So you never owned it. That makes you the beneficiary of the product, and they're the trustee because they have true control. I hope that makes sense. The trustee can say, "Hey, get your black ass in jail. Get your white ass in jail because you are a U.S. citizen. You might be able to benefit from the body, but I hold the true equitable title and true beneficiary interest as well, because you're not benefiting from this shit." So that's how that works. And I hope that makes sense. This is why they put a lien on the car. They put a lien on the car. Just when you got a birth certificate, that means the government has put a lien on you. You got a driver's license, you got a social security card, that means there is a lien on your body if you don't if you don't follow the rules. You don't follow the contracts, their codes and statutes, that bullshit. You understand? What you need to do is create your own private.
bank,
Your own private.
bank,
Your own private.
bank,
Okay. We're getting there. A holding company is considered a private.
bank,
Okay? A holding company is a company whose primary business is holding and controlling interest in the securities of other companies. Holding and controlling interest in the securities of other companies. A holding company usually does not produce goods or services itself. Its purpose is to own stock of other companies to create a corporate group. That's what the government does. It creates corporate groups. What is a state? What is a court? What is a city? These are corporate groups. What is a Congress? Corporate group. They're holding companies. All right? private holding companies. And then your name could be considered a subsidiary. So you have to do the same thing that they're doing. You have to do the same exact thing that they're doing in order to make this shit make sense. Understand what the public trust is, all right? It's the public trust. The Social Security is the public trust. So Cesti Que Vie is the public trust. Such thing, all right? Understand what bonds are. Bonds is evidence of a debt. Bonds are used by companies, municipalities, states, and sovereign governments to finance projects and operations. Every company, every municipality, every state, every government is using bonds to finance projects and operations. They're not using taxes. You might think that taxes are paying for your schools. No, the fuck not. Why are schools in debt? All they're doing is getting grants and loans. So municipal bond are debt instruments that local, county, and state governments issue to raise funds for public projects, including the construction of highways, bridges, or schools. I just want to let that sink in. Municipal bonds act like loans, with bondholders becoming creditors. When you hold a bond, you are now a creditor. When you're out on bond, you are a creditor. When you give your bond, performance bond, when you go to court, you just became a creditor. When there's evidence of a debt, there's evidence of a credit. I understand. We're getting into the forms now. So one must always understand this. My homie put me on this equity. Shout out to equity. You must have a stock power form in place on any court case. This is a stock warrant here. A stock power form. Certificate means title of ownership. So a birth certificate is a title of ownership anyways. Let me get some fire emojis 100s if this is making sense.
Bank.
They get to the
Bank.
It's making sense.
Bank.
It
Bank.
makes sense, then it don't make dollars.
Bank. 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 Bank.
Peace and love. Y'all see the views, though. Y'all see the views. It's your boy Don Kilam, man. Need a stock power form. It's your boy Don Kilam. I love y'all, though. I do this for y'all, man. I do this for y'all. I truthfully do. So look, there's a lot that has to be done. Let me just, because we're not gonna go over all the forms, okay? But I will tell you what is needed. So first and foremost, you do need your political status corrected. You need to be on a land jurisdiction. I have a non-taxpayer affidavit. Make your name an LLC. You need this. Have a family trust or a family holding company. Get you you got questions, get the fuck out my live. That's what I'm saying. I'm dropping a class for people right now. Get the fuck out my live. Do I look like your mom? Do I look like your dad? You can ask them motherfuckers for free. You can't ask me shit. Ask Google, motherfucker. I hate that I have to keep telling you public motherfuckers this. Motherfucker, raise your hand, motherfucker. Raise your hand. When you talk to raise your hand, don't just come to a motherfucker and ask a motherfucking question. The fuck is wrong with you public motherfuckers? Can't even drop no game in this motherfucker. Shut the fuck up and take notes, pussies. God damn. Public fucking peasants. That's what I call you. You're fucking shoe fly don't bother me looking motherfuckers. You understand? The fuck is wrong with you? Ask your baby mama. Can she ask you? Can she answer the question? Ask your baby daddy. Can he answer the question? So what the fuck do you think I'm going to answer your question for? Ask Google, motherfucker. If Google can't answer your question, that means you need to fucking fuck you, pay me, shut the fuck up, take notes when you see a real nigga dropping facts. Ain't too many motherfuckers in the game that can even drop this game through you with these GSA bonds and show you how to get out. Literally, not only does this get you out of jail and prison, this will put money in the bank. Shorty, what you think? You're sitting there driving around on E, motherfucker. You want to sit here and want to ask me questions? Well, I'm going to ask you a question. Why's your gas tank on E, motherfucker? Why you still making car payments? Why you struggling to make your car note? Why you struggling to live, motherfucker? That means you need to shut the fuck up, because nigga, I'm not struggling. I'm not struggling. Nigga got QPs. I'm smoking good right now. Got cuties. Nigga, I'm well. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. You seeing it? I'm doing well. All day, every day. All day, every day. Think we made 17 bands today? How much did you make today? Huh? How much did you make today? Your gas tank is on E. You're living at your mama's house. You're begging some white bitch for a PlayStation 5. Shut the fuck up. And some of you niggas sucking dick on the low. How about the closets 2025? Quit being homos. Quit being homos in the private. You want to sit here and ask me questions. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Now back to where the fuck I was at. Get your political status corrected. That means you don't ask me shit. Ask your mom, ask your dad, raise your hand and ask them motherfuckers, all right? Ask your local congressman, because he's not going to tell you shit. Ask your president. You never even met the motherfucker. You understand? But you want to sit here and ask a motherfucker me. You want to ask me. Shit's a goddamn shame. So, status correction. We get into the good stuff now. About these motherfuckers. Text private life to 702-200-4900. I'm gonna let y'all. We're gonna take a moment of silence right now. Take a quick little break. Text private life to 702-200-4900. Text private life to 702-200-4900 to learn more. Someone will get back to you as soon as humanly possible. Every time I gotta go through this shit. Now make me want to jump off the balcony. Now look, get your political status corrected. I got my own form of status correction that I do. You want to get to a letter to the attorney telling them you want to be holding due course of the case. Appoint them as co-counsel. We're going to file, the clerk must file all your court documents. I have a letter of rogatory. I have a notice of mistake. An affidavit of foreign status. An affidavit of foreign admiralty status and tax exempt form. The form W8BEN needs to be filled out. Demand for oath of offices and license to practice law. We have to bond the case to create an actual bond and bond the case. The demands for the bond letters, because once you bond the case yourself, you can demand to get the public bonds. Demand for delegation of authority order. Legal demand and affidavit for full accounting and financial disclosure. We want to see the full financials. We want to see all the financials in the county. I got a demand to dismiss. And then we go through the bid bonds. And we're sending everything certified mail to the chief judge of that jurisdiction, chief judge of the federal jurisdiction, General Service Administration in that jurisdiction in Washington, D.C., and we send this to the chief judge at the federal district level. Yeah. Yeah, I do this, son. I do this. Let's see where we at with it. And then that stock power form. So you are going to need the standard form 90. That's the release of lien on real property. Standard form 91. That's release of personal property from escrow. And then straight to standard form 28, affidavit of individual surety. And everything is filled. I have the templates already filled in. You just got to plug and play. Attach some places you need your court case number, your birth certificate file number, your social security number, and your birthday. Then we got a bid bond. The bid bond is standard form 24. Got it all filled in for you. All you got to do is plug and play. There's the letter of rogatory right there. W-A-B-E-N, plug and play. So with the W-A-B-E-N, it's going to make you a national. I want everybody to see this code right here. 8 USC. And you can attach your, I would attach like an affidavit of live birth, but you have to attach your affidavit to your status correction. I mean, you have to attach your birth certificate to your status correction. But 8 USC 1408, nationals but not citizens of the United States of birth. This makes you a national but not a citizen. There's the letter to the attorney of record, putting us a holder in due course of the case. All right, performance bond is standard form 25. These are all GSA bonds. 25A is the payment bond. Standard form 28, that's the individual affidavit, the individual surety. Standard form 30, amendment, a solicitation or modification of the contract. And this is putting you as the surety fugitive owner. We got standard form 273, reinsurance agreement for a bond statute performance bond. And as you can see, you put the arrest dates, the state, this is going to be the state where you make your name an LLC. The bonds, the money goes straight back to your LLC name. Whatever address you have on there. Then we got standard form 274, reinsurance agreement for bond statute payment bonds. Standard form 275, reinsurance agreement in favor of the United States. Then you want to do the consent of surety, standard form 1414. Standard form 1416 is going to be payment bond for other than construction contracts. And then 1418, performance bonds for other than construction contracts. These is all the bonds that you need to get out of prison. We got that there for you. Filled out already for you. The letter of rogatory relief is going to break down the whole fraud that's going on behind the scenes, how the notes are pulled together and then become securities. These said bonds are liens against the defendant. When these notes get securitized, these become bonds. These bonds become liens against the defendant. And it breaks down how it's going, where all U.S. federal courts are registered with the Department of Defense, which are registered with the Contractors Central Registration under the DoD, the Defense Logistics Information Service, which issues a cage code. The United States Attorney's Office then courts have a DUNS number, Duns and Bradstreet. Everything filed in court is securitized without the knowledge or consent of the people or all the parties involved. All criminal cases are not heard in the Article 3 Court, District of the United States. They're actually civil. However, the courts commit fraud by labeling the cases as criminal. The bank accounts is at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York in New York City. Depository agreement is signed by the clerk of the courts. All securities are then deposited with the DTC in New York. An escrow agent acts as a go-between for the clerk's office in the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The securities are listed through the 7th Circuit, Chicago, Illinois, before being sent to the DTCC, the clearinghouse that lists securities for trading. And these forms that I just executed and brought up is what's going to get you out of all of this. Release you from the escrow, releases the liens, and puts the bonds back in your favor. It puts it. That's why you got to make your name a business. Make your name a business. So I got a class coming up. I'm going to go into deeper detail of this. July 23rd, 2025. July 23rd, 2025. July 23rd, 2025, I will be having a meeting on this. So get into school, get in the classroom. I'm dropping the game. I'm gonna have to change the code for this because I'm screen sharing. And I'm probably gonna make this public. But yeah, it doesn't even matter. Everybody can jump into class. I'll let everybody jump into class, but if you want these templates, you're gonna have to go into the classroom and buy them directly. That's all I got for y'all today, man. Much peace and love. And remember, prosperity is your divine birthright. Peace.
Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, Don Kilam, keep doing your thing, G. Hey, yo, check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav in the building, you know what I'm saying? Word up. Hey, yo, make sure y'all check out the song bars, you know what I'm saying? Word up by my man Don Kilam. You heard? A Fresco King. Yeah, boy. You know what time it is. Make sure y'all check out the bars by my boy. All right? Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, Don Kilam, keep doing your thing, G.